Hello everyone, I'm Joshua and I'm excited to introduce VitalSync, a health app that supports the UN's SDG 3, good health and well-being. I was inspired to create VitalSync after realizing how people simply don't have the time to keep track of their own health. The purpose of creating such an app was to solve this issue by helping users keep track of 5 different aspects of their well-being. Without further ado, let's get into a brief description of my project. As you can see, this is the homepage of the application where the user can either select one of the 5 different options on the right or navigate through a page navigator on the bottom left of the application user interface. As you can see, the entire program is coded in Python and its graphical user interface is coded with customtkinter. This is the hydration calculator, which tells us our total daily water intake in ounces and ml, as well as how much water we should drink for each of the 5 intervals. Of course, we have to key in our weight, our minutes of exercise, and our drinking intervals. Next, we have a BMI tracker. So the BMI tracker functions by taking in the weight and height inputs to calculate our BMI index, and then automatically classifying this BMI index based on a series of parameters like age and the BMI index itself. Thirdly, we have an exercise generator that randomly searches an exercise API for 6 different exercises, as well as the required instructions for the same muscle group that we have keyed in, which in this case is quadriceps. And all of this is in a new window in a scrollable frame. Fourthly, we have a breathing exercise simulator, which comprises of a simple animation made with customtkinter canvas that guides us through a 5x3 breathing routine where we breathe in for 5 seconds, breathe out, and then in the middle we have to hold our breaths for 5 seconds. And then lastly, we have a sleep tracker, which first recommends amount of sleep time based on our age, and then it finds out how much time we actually slept by subtracting 2 different time strings using the Python datetime library, and then it subtracts this from the recommended amount of sleep time to find out how much more or how much less hours of sleep we need. And then by adding the final result back to the recommended amount of sleep, the program is able to come up with a comprehensive sleep duration that takes into account of both sleep loss and extra sleep. And then by subtracting this finally from the new wake up time string, the program is able to come up with when we should sleep tonight. And then we also have a fun facts functionality for each of the 5 different core functionalities that allows users to access 10 different random fun facts in a new window to allow them to understand more about their health. So I will go through a brief description of my code. So this is a 789 line program. It may seem complex, but this is where object-oriented programming comes in handy. So there are 7 different classes, one for the application itself. The second one is only for the starting page, and then we have 5 different other classes for the 5 different pages. So if you haven't realized by now, this increases structurability and readability as well as expandability, because you are able to add more functionalities and significantly scale up the application just by adding new classes or modifying the basic structure of the application. And the usage of functions within the classes is also useful to make the code more structured and organized. So this would mark the end of my presentation. I hope you guys had an opportunity to understand my application, and thank you for